What we have here is a load of stuff that normal people don't take. This is the stump cuts of all the stuff from Funk's house. Well, hey guys, welcome back to Log Cabin Firewood. Most of this stuff is under 24 inches, so I can just split this once, send it, well, not split it once, I'm gonna split it a couple times, but I can send it right up the conveyor into the cookie bin or the boiler pile or whatever you call your cutoffs. Hopefully with the axis being here, this stuff actually dumps okay and it doesn't decide to roll into my splitter. It should stop it from hitting it. There are some big chunks in here.
Video. Just search for murder, true crime stories, and be sure to like and subscribe.
We did get the I burn everything fire pit going. First things first, I have to put a new umbrella on the axis. The one that I had last year, I kept it up during a windstorm and it completely bent the lower piece. I probably could have just ordered a lower piece, but these were on sale the other day at Walmart. So I ordered one, or I bought one, and here we are. But one of the things that I do for the axis, it doesn't need the full small tube that goes in here first. This one, I will cut this down to probably about yay tall, I think. That'll probably work. It all depends on where the crank is for this. Is there even a crank? Or is this just a push-up? There has to be a crank, come on. I hope there is, because that's gonna be weird if I gotta push this thing up. Maybe that's why it was on sale. I want that thing to be probably about right there. Now I know why the umbrella was on sale. It's not a hand crank one, it's a push up and engage. It's kind of disheartening. Just means I have to climb up here every time to open it up and close it. Ugh. Not the end of the world. I did drag the I burn everything fire pit about 10 feet away from me. It was just way too hot on my back. The umbrella is a sweet addition, and I got some awesome beach themed colors because I'd rather be at the beach than on this tarmac. Let's try and split some wood. pieces are a little bit bigger than anticipated. But it's gonna make a lot of good wood. And I like to say this is free heat, less the work involved. You know, Funk's helped me out tremendously this year, and he's pretty much provided heat for me for the next probably year and a half. I think I've gotten 6 loads from Funk so far. I get about a full cord of log, little over a full cord of log in my trailer, depending on if we stack it tight. I essentially burned 6 full cord in winter. This past winter we burned just over 5, so it all depends on how cold it is and how much we're gonna burn. But yeah, it's been a good week. It's gonna rain the rest of the weekend, so I decided to come over here today and get this cleaned up. Since it's gonna rain the rest of the weekend, I wanted to get this stuff split up right away because Funk has 2 more loads, probably 2.5, of good lumber, good logs, and that's what I will be. We'll get that here soon, and then I need to start splitting some more wood. I essentially have 3 bins here I need to fill up. This one here that I'm filling up now is for the homeowner. Well, and for me. We'll both burn this probably. But yeah, these stumps are a lot bigger than anticipated. You know, he loaded them with the tractor, so I really didn't know how heavy they were. And I wish he had the excavator here. He doesn't though. Something was wrong with the tracking, the big Sandy with the thumb. The New Holland doesn't have a thumb on it. But he had, there was an issue with the tracking on that Sandy where it was stuck in rabbit mode. So the dealer came and picked it up, said they were gonna fix it, you know, free of charge, it's on them. So whenever that thing gets back, it'd be nice, because I could be picking these pieces up and setting them up here on the log lift, and that would be a lot easier than me rolling them around. But yeah, I'm glad I got the little umbrella out. Definitely well needed. I'm gonna finish this, probably go through and pull all the small stumps out. So since there's only 1, 2, 3, there's probably 5-ish that I can't really get to. I do have the 500 with me. I'm probably gonna fire it up and try and either cut these in half once so that I can roll them a little bit easier. You know, I don't care if it's a cookie piece 10 inches or 12 inches, it's still gonna burn. This is my wood and the neighbor's wood. It doesn't really matter. You know, he likes stuff a little bit bigger, and I'm happy to give him some oak this year too. Last year he had all that poplar and junk that he brought in, and he burned it up like paper. But he also has that stove that's like the Wolf Ridge fire pit where it just straight up cooks everything. Check this out. I guess it was probably 20 minutes ago. Let's see, can I get you off? Yeah, get you off the tripod. It was probably 20 minutes ago I dumped this pile of wet stuff in here, and it's cooking up pretty good. This is a really awesome fire pit. They designed it really well for burning, you know, the scraps in your wood yard. The only thing I would warn against is, like, over here around my bucking table, there's a pile of sawdust underneath there. Guess what sawdust will do? It'll catch on fire. So with this thing having an open bottom, be mindful of what you're burning it on, because it will burn out whatever's underneath of it too, and it can be a problem. But yeah, that thing's pretty cool. I need to just get it fired up every time I'm over here. And I just used one of my little wax fire starters. Those things are pretty cool. They're selling. They've never stopped selling. I like it. But yeah, like I said, I'll probably fire up the 500 and just cut a couple of these down to where I can roll them at least, you know, cut the tails of it off where it flares out. That's the problem. Maybe I'll just do that because that'll still help me, you know, get the stuff moved around. And then those flares are big enough that they can be their own piece of wood. All right, let's do that. I think I got a couple more pieces at least busted up to where I can handle them. There's still this one massive piece back here. Where are you? Over there. It's gonna be fun. I'll probably have to get the tractor to flip it over. I do have to cut it down the center because it is 22 inches. No, it's 26 inches. It was an inch too big to go in the throat of the Easton made. All Easton made machines are 24 inches standard, except for the box wedges. They're 23.5 because the pullback arm has to clear the wedge a ½ inch, so you lose a ½ inch with the box wedge. It's one of those days. I think it's what is it today? It's 84 degrees right now. It's pretty hot though. All right, let's get some stuff rolled over. This one here is massive. It's probably 4 foot at the base and it's heavy. So I had to call reinforcements. The old man's over here doing some grading before his pull. So while he's doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and cut these couple small pieces up. And this is just boiler wood. I'm not doing anything special. I'm not marking anything out. We're just throwing it in here and giving her a cut. reinforcements have came and went. I thought I pressed record, but obviously I guess I didn't. Whoops. Let's get this thing cut down to a manageable size, and then I'm gonna noodle it, and that will be the last piece for the load of cookies. Or boiler wood, junk, whatever you call it. Now, a lot of people would have said no to this load of wood, all these stumps, and it's a lot of good wood. I mean, you could see here, I kind of flattened the pile out to fill the sides, but there's a lot of good oak in here, and this is all split bigger. It's probably more firewood size that a lot of you like, but it just takes longer to season. That's why I split smaller. 4x4 is about max that I personally sell in my bundles, and it seasons a lot faster than this stuff over here. Even though the old man's probably gonna be burning on this winter, he doesn't care. He likes green wood, and that stove that he's got in his garage will 100% burn the green wood. But I have to get this stuff split up here. There's 2, 4, 6, 8 chunks of this big stump. Then I have to head to Funk's to get more wood. Got a good looking pile of wood going over here. I'm probably gonna get one more session of all this maple and garbage that's over here, and gum. There's a good bit of junk that I'm gonna cut up that's gonna become boiler wood or big cooking wood for the neighbor. These 2 big pieces here, that one and that one, and all of this here, with the exception of the poplar. Those are actually good logs. They're really good logs, actually. I wish I had a mill. You know what? I could probably take a couple of those to frickin' Jeep, and I could build a new firewood stand with some logs. That's an idea. He does want to help me build a awesome firewood stand. He keeps telling me as long as it's better than Adam's or it's better than neighbor Doug's, and I don't know how I can get better than both of theirs combined. But yeah, there's a good bit of wood here. Like I said, all this right here, this little bit, and then that pile, and then those 2 big pieces of gum are gonna go into that pile over there. Oh yeah, this poplar's going in there too. Jeff brought some poplar home, and then he said these beams are fir. I guess they're some type of, fir is a pine. He said they were in a house that he took, or that he did work on. So I guess we're not cutting those up. He said save those. This is gonna probably be a long video. If not, I'll chop it up and try and make it, somewhat decent. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope everybody's doing great. Thanks for watching Log Cabin Firewood, and take care of each other. I will catch you next time. See ya.